I could actually see Marcos in those last few days of Marcos in Malacanang, doing this, saying all the things. So it was very strange because in substance, except for the announcement of Jason Aquino, there was absolutely nothing new. This was the kind of thing you actually do in your State of the Nation address, right? But what was so clear all throughout, he always went back to Trillanes, trying to undermine Senator Trillanes' support.
What is your reading of that?
Well, there must be something going on in the military that we don't know. I don't know anything. There must be support for Senator Trillanes in the military because the president was directly attacking it from the very beginning. And whenever Secretary Panelo changed the topic, he would go back to it, always be back to Trillanes. I mean, I think that was the reason for this.
In fact, he began this interview also by commenting on the revocation of the amnesty. We first heard of this idea from presidential spokesperson Harry Roque, saying that this is how the president reads it. And he said that the president reads it that former President Noynoy Aquino did not properly grant the amnesty to Senator Trillanes. And he said it again. So first, let me ask you, I want to ask you about this assertion of the president. Does it stand on solid legal ground?
First, that's not even in the proclamation. The proclamation is very clear that Trillanes' amnesty was being voided because he did not apply and he did not admit guilt. Nothing to do about the validity of the amnesty. Second, completely wrong. It's true. Only a president can grant amnesty, which was done through a proclamation. But that's always the procedure. You grant amnesty, and then you have a procedure for specific individuals to avail of the amnesty that has been granted. And that you can delegate. The three phrases there that law students, first-year law students have mastered. One is qualified political agency. You actually delegate certain things to your department heads. Alter ego. Your department head is your alter ego. And the third thing that everyone would know here is that the acts of the alter ego is also valid with respect to the president. So that's really nonsense, if you ask me.
And you don't think that this will have any impact on the pending question before the court?
I mean, the court could change it, could change the rule and now say that this is absolutely, it's not just the granting of amnesty, but it's also the processing of amnesty that the president must be involved with. Because those two things are different. As I said, the granting is the president, to a proclamation. You never put the names in the proclamation. That's silly. That is silly. You always put only the crime and the people that can be covered, and then you have the Congress concurred in that, and then you delegate it to another official, the department head, to actually process the application and then to approve the applications based on the proclamation that you have come in. So I wouldn't worry about it if there were Senator Trillanes.
All right, let's go back to the one-on-one that Attorney Sal just had with the president. I want to get your sense of it. What was the whole point of the show?
It was an expensive infomercial, I suppose, because all of us had to spend time listening to it. The TV channels had to put it in, right? I mean, it was an infomercial. It was really, in fact, the way I see it, it was a catalog of the misgovernance under the Duterte administration, its failures. Because all the things that he was talking about are things he wanted to do but has not happened. And so it's surprising to me, I mean, because in this format, it comes out like that. Unlike if it was in a sauna, where you can actually show figures, you can also show visuals of what you have accomplished, then you don't come out defensive. This came out as very, very defensive. Which brings me to the point I was making, that this was about a particular issue or particular need to address the support that Senator Trillanes apparently is having in the military. So it's all about, he even mentioned the family of Senator Trillanes. I mean, it's all about trying to undermine Senator Trillanes, which kind of surprising to me, given that he's just a senator versus a president.
Professor Tony Vina, as always, a pleasure talking to you. Nice to chat with you once again. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, and thank you for keeping us company. I'm Carmina Constant.